Greetings, this is Warrior King, and the time has come for the lions and the lioness to tell their own story. This is the lion's voice. Give thanks and praise for the wonderful blessing that's been poured on me. Give thanks and praise. Jah use a yet an instrument to set the people free. Jah give her the powers to chant. Jah give her the powers to chant. Rastafari, the lion's voice.
Empowering the Rastafari empowers Jamaica. You know, Jamaica has a crime problem. If you empower the Rastafari to have their sacramental ecosystem, to benefit off of it, to build institutions out of it, it's going to provide an alternative to the crime. A strong Rastafari is in no way a threat to the Jamaican government. We are non-aligned. Regardless of the political party, we are about the progress of the people of Jamaica, and that is very important. That the government, so regardless of which party wins, Rastafari is there to assist the government, but you have to take the criminalization off of the people, because that's the only thing that brings Rastafari in conflict with law enforcement. We're not thief, we're not scam, we're not broke shop, we not kill people, we not do all of them things there. You know, I'm not saying brethren with locks have not been caught doing them thing there, but me talk about Rastafari and the real Rastafari. We not do them thing there. So it's
well, lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice. Yeah. I shall lift up I eyes unto the hills from whence cometh I help. I help coming from the true living eyes, Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the first, who created Zion and earth. He shall not suffer I foot to be moved. I hold, he that keepeth Ethiopia shall neither slumber nor sleep. Well, youths in the streets right now, riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. Bun bad police right now, riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. No justice, no peace right now, riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. The fire now cease right now, riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. The youths them rise against brutality, man a kill another man for your salary. Them train them at the shooting gallery, black and loot, you might lose all your family. Them defend white supremacy, so them see the African as them enemy. It's been like this for centuries, them sick mentally. That's why we have you out in the streets right now. Riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. Bun bad police right now, riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. No justice, no peace right now, riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. The fire now cease right now, riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. Them said them tired of the looting, I and I tired of them shooting. Ku Klux Klan they recruiting, then them just up in a blue suit and they're brutalizing our youths them. No court, they just execute them till the people start learn the truth, and the black youths go strap on them Gideon boot and them out in the streets right now. Riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down.
There is no way in the world, after what Rastafari has gone through, that we are going to stand on the sideline with our tongue hanging down while other people, because of resources, just go straight ahead and make money. We have a problem with what you call the informal herb planter. The informal herb planter got it from his grandfather, the dreadlock. And from his father, the dreadlock, he don't come dreadlock now. He come as a crop song, but him come with the skill of planting them same way. Yeah. So in Jamaica you have a whole heap of balling youth will come out of Rastafari children family who are producers of herb. Now, where in heaven's name are they going to get $2,800 US to license 1 acre? And where are they going to get chain link fence for the property? And all the rest of garbage that they load poor people with. Jamaica incorporated the United States model. All of the regulations and the same prices, but not the rewards. As Rastafari, with a whole heap of brethren looking to me to say, what are we going to do? So, as a revolutionary, I say, hear this now. Our sacramental rights is ours without begging for it, without pleading for it, without applying for it, with declaring that we have it. You, the obstacle, refuse to acknowledge it. That's the problem we have. Now, because you don't recognize my sacramental rights, I am not going to exercise it. You're crazy. We have to transfer the knowledge of how to extract and prepare these products that they can be saleable.
Yeah, so we can't fight against the element because Jamaica will suffer.
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie the First. Glory and honor in the name of His chosen Queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Dejazmatch Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Panafrican Happy Man. I'm a creative industry attorney, I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of the Lion Voice. Welcome to the Lion Voice Network and welcome to the Lion Voice, where we talk about issues impacting the Rastafari community as we cultivate the Rastafari man to lead prosperous Rastafari future. Today, people, we are talking about protests in Jamaica. Get up, stand up. We know the whole world is getting ready for the premiere of the Bob Marley movie. We know the whole world is getting ready for the premiere of the Bob Marley movie. You can look around, all of the pictures flooding in, debate online. But in the midst of this, Rastafari still be arrested, convicted, and persecuted for their love of the sacrament, their sacrament, Ganja sacrament. The Rastafari community in Jamaica has risen. One of our very own Lion Voice, Lion Talk alumnus, Ras Negus, just received his sentencing in a long court case, long court battle. We had him on the platform. We could not talk about his court case. It was an open court case. The case has sealed. He was convicted of possession and dealing, and he was fined I think $9,000 for possession, 11,000 Jamaican for dealing. For those who are not from Jamaica, that's less than a fine of $200 US, 100 and little bit. So, in this grand scheme of things, was not a huge detriment, but of course it's a felony. We had attorney Marcus Goff, you can check it out. He spoke about potential ramifications of the case. We talked about the Dangerous Drug Act, the amendments, the situation. Go and check it out. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. You have come to the premier platform for Rastafari globally. We are centralizing, organizing. Big up all of the Rastafari who are also doing similar work. When I use premier, it's just because just Summitan. We know that it's a small platform. However, this is where the discussion is happening on the issues that are going to move us forward. We are very excited about all of the activity that is happening, and we want to do some panel discussions. We're going to try to get Ras Negus to come forward on the platform now that the case has sealed, to talk about how he viewed the whole thing. He could have paid the fine upfront easily, pleaded guilty, but he took this to the final because 2024, you know, the Rastafari Dangerous Drug Amendment says Rastafari is exempt of possession. So how is it that the presumption that if you're carrying over 2 ounces of ganja, how is it that that presumption now has led to the conviction or dealing, which means that you're not really exempt from possession. We're under the same laws that govern non-Rastafari. So we have to seek justice, and that is what's happening. Rastafari Mansion and organization have started. There was a initial foray, a reconnaissance team. A reconnaissance team sent into Kingston. We have some itrates. Ones went down to the courthouse just for give a symbol that the fire light, you know, and plant that seed. Give thanks for the fire angels, you know, select few fire angels who volunteered for go spark up that symbol. We know the time was short, so the ones them went there. But the aim, and we'll get this over the coming strongs, will have representatives come and speak. I know the aim is to rally the family, because it's time now where Rastafari receive their fullness of their rights. So today's episode, we're going to look at the Rastafari protest. We're going to bring you some updates, some visuals.
And the judiciary system respect our rights, our sacramental rights, and stop trying to browbeat us and beat us down with their might. And the law needs to be in tandem with itself. We cannot have us having sacramental rights, and we have the right to have any unlimited amount of cannabis or ganja, and then at the same time there is a victimizing law that says if you have 8 ounces, you can be charged for dealing. This is contradictory and controversial, and the law needs to straighten itself out, because this seems like it's an entrapment for Rastafari. Even when you talk about growing 5 trees, 5 plants, of course, can give you more than 8 ounces. So why should they give us the rights to plant 5 trees that can give you 2 pounds of ganja, and at the same time they have a law hiding in the back that says if you have 8 ounces, you're going to be charged for dealing and consequently for possession. That is hypocritical. That is contradictory, and that needs to be changed like from yesterday.
Rastafari, Ja, Selassie, Ja, Rastafari.
And we are the premier platform. This is exclusive, so you're not going to find this content anywhere else on the internet. Big up the Jamaica Gleaner that did a article on Ras Negus case and possession, courtesy of the RMO PR team working extra hard. Big up Ras Kamal, King Kamal, who is also an alumnus of this platform, and big up Dr. Michael Barnett, also an alumnus. I also helped to assist. We want to big up Impulse Nation PR, who also sent out the press release for I&I, and all of the ones who are working behind the scenes to really push out the message that Rastafari is rising in this time. So again, we're going to bring you some of that. I want to big up our elder and our ancestor now, Ras Purty. You heard him powerfully at the beginning of the episode, you know, blocking the sound on sacramental ganja, and he was a very strong proponent. You know, many reasonings I had with Ras Purty, where he was very vocal on that. Big up Ras Purty from the energetic side of creation, leave the physical form, gone up into the iration. But again, we give thanks. Technology, we still have his voice, we still have video, we still have images. So big up Ras Purty. I'm gonna play first Let's start this episode. Wait! Before I get into that, make me big up Lion Pride. Lion Pride on Patreon. 11 Fire Angels. Link arm in arm. Who are supporting this platform. I cannot go forward into the episode and I don't big up the item. Because the item is not just watching. And big up to all the Lion Pride who are watched, who are subscribed. We're growing every day, continued, even though the algorithm kick we off. If you notice, when you look at the views on the videos, they're gone down from where we were. That's because we got kick off the algorithm. We start talking about World War III, Israel. We start talking about a whole heap of topics where they don't like them topics there. You know, even the episode we do on Ganja, when you talk about these topics, your content is deprioritized, sometimes demonetized, is flagged as potentially not suitable for advertisers. So we started to get them hits, but we have to talk about the topics that are relevant to I and I family. Even though we want to monetize the thing, yes, we want to make some money so that we can scale. We want to build a production studio. We want to step up the thing. However, we have to talk about what we have to talk about and give thanks. And when I say premiere, I mean among I and I as Rastafari, because the core family is watching. Big up a reason with Gabriel Selassie on a matter, and him tell me say him tune into the Lion Voice. So even ones where me no reason for a long time or we no keep in touch. Some people me talk to maybe once or twice a year or once every other year. But I tell you the truth, but I'm bona fide brethren, because we know from long time. But when we tap in and when we've been tapping in, and I'm not just talking about Gabriel Selassie and others. I'm talking about just in general. When I'm tapping in with people, they tell me they are tuned in to the Lion's Voice. So the core of the family globally has been tuning in, and for that we give thanks to I. That's more valuable than having 1 million subscribers, because we need a platform where we control the narrative, where we can hear from the ones, a lot of ones who I've put on this platform are ones with a no interview, so you would never get to encounter this one, but they are well respected and powerful people within the movement. So we need a platform like that, because sometimes again the perception is that Rastafari is not doing anything, that we're just stagnant, that nothing is moving forward, and we get dejected and we get caught in pettiness because we're not focused on the fullness, which is the repatriation, the freedom, the redemption. This issue of Ganja is crucial because it's part of our sacrament, but it's also part of our economic development moving forward. So it's crucial. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and we have suffered globally because of this plant. We championed this plant to the point where now everyone in the world is now coming around to what where we were. We're gonna be talking about the Bob Marley movie coming up. Next strong we'll do a review. I'm going this coming Wednesday with the family for the premiere, and you know, a lot of people, you know, have critique about it, but at the end of the day, it's an opportunity for us to expose our youths to Rastafari. They can see their friends at school and talk about it. So it's an opportunity now to open a discussion with the youth them. So I'm looking forward. I was also invited to a private screening with the, you know, so we'll be going with the Queen to the private screening as well. So we're gonna have a lot of Bob Marley content. We're discussing something with I Never Knew TV, or we can do some reviews, some content. So a lot of content is coming. We're going to be dropping the Sangy Davis interview probably Monday, the full Sangy Davis interview. That Sangy Davis interview talking about where he created Wake Up and Live, that's been on the I Never Knew TV platform. I think it's over 40,000 views so far, bigger than anything I've ever done on this platform. So we give thanks for the partnership. I was walking through the airport the other day and a brethren stop by and say, yo, you're the brethren from internet, man, you dropping gems at root, you know, all them thing there. And he saw I on I Never Knew TV. So big up. You know, and ones are trickling in. If you're coming here from I Never Knew TV and you're new to the platform, welcome. We love you over here. Big up all of our I Never Knew TV, ones who saw us there and then followed us over here and came into the ecosystem. I had a sister who came to the roots, the reasoning and roots in Miami, who initially saw I on I Never Knew TV, went over to this platform, Lion Voice, saw the flyer, and then actually saw I was in her city, came forward, and Haile, Haile and I, we love that. It shows that the ecosystem is working, and that ones are finding I and I. So no matter how small, we want to scale that in 2024 to a much bigger size, but proof of concept is there. So big up everyone who has been showing. So let's get into the topic. Right before we have to talk about Ramia King Design, big up Ras LIDJ. We're gonna bring Ras LIDJ forward. He's about to launch his YouTube platform. So we're gonna bring him up. Lion Pride and Patreon, we support each other. That is it. They just not supporting I. When they ready, we gonna give them support as well. That's called collective security. So if you wanna join a community that we're building, join us in the Patreon. Make sure $5-10 a month. Let us build the circle. Let us build that community based on positivity and all them something there. So serious thing we are dealing with. Big up all of the people who have read and are reading Haile Selassie's Ethiopia. Every now and then I get someone out of the blue that just complete the work and them just love it, and I ask for volume 2. If you haven't got your copy, get your copy. Powerful works. All right. So let us start by listening to this report from the Montego Bay Press.
Reporting to you live from across the St. James Parish Court. A large group of Rastafarians, which is a religious group indigenous to Jamaica, has been protesting consistently outside of the St. James Parish Court. They are demanding their rights to use ganja, or marijuana as it is commonly known, and of course for this to be respected by the government officials of the island. This is following an incident where a brethren of theirs has been charged and will today be sentenced for possession and dealing of ganja. The peaceful protesters, consisting of both men and women, adorned in traditional Rastafarian attire, have gathered in numbers with placards, reggae music, and chants, catching the attention of both locals and foreigners who frequented the administrative base of the St. James Parish. Ganja, often associated with the Rastafarian culture, is seen as a sacrament used for meditation and communication with the divine. The Rastafarian protesters claim that the unlawful restrictions and continued criminalization of its use infringes their religious freedom. Some of these Rastas also hinted that the government is subsequently using Rastas for luring tourists to the island and not giving them their rights. One protester said, "We are to get up and stand up for our rights. It is our rights, and we are here for our rights." The government needs to understand that ganja is a part of our cultural and religious practice, and not simply a recreational drug, said the protest's spokesperson, who prefers to go by the name Brother Shaba. Shedding light on the lack of legislation promoting religious freedom and its involvement with the use of ganja, he added, "We are not here demanding to provoke lawlessness. All we seek is the freedom to embrace and express our religion without fear or consequence." Representatives from the local government office have silently taken note of the protest, but have not yet to comment or take any form of action. Human rights groups within the vicinity have been drawn to the scene, advocating for equal rights and freedom of religious practice that includes the use of ganja as their holy sacrament. The demonstrations have been peaceful so far, although traffic flow in the vicinity of the courthouse has been slightly affected. The local police force has been maintaining a non-confrontational stance, seemingly out of respect for the Rastafarian protesters and their constitutional rights. The Rastafarians vowed to continue their peaceful protest outside the St. James Parish Court until changes in legislation regulating the religious use of ganja occur, or at least until Ras Negus and other Rastafari brethren are free of criminal charges laid against them. Securing the rights of the Rastafarians and bridging the divide between cultural acceptance and national law becomes a challenge for the Jamaican government as this protest gains momentum. The global Rastafarian community and the local Jamaican citizens wait with bated breath to see the outcome of this peaceful yet vital protest. This is your Empress reporting for 7 Years TV.
All right. So you hear what the Montego Bay press is saying. This is a serious matter again. Although it wasn't a heavy fine, the brethren's life has been impacted. There will be a campaign, an ongoing campaign to raise awareness about the 2015 Dangerous Drug Act Amendment that gives Rastafari exemption. There's also going to be a movement, a campaign to have an amendment of the Dangerous Drug Act to have a explicit amendment that exempts Rastafari from the charge of dealing and all of these things. Unless it can be proved that Rastafari is going for export, there should be no way a Rastafari is charged with possession or dealing. And we overstand, as Ras Marcus said, there's the U.S. oversight that is putting significant pressure on Jamaica. And even the mild move that they have made so far, is not to the liking of the U.S. government. So we overstand, big brother. But as Jamaica, as the rebel, as the island that everybody look at as a forerunner, we have to take that chance, because even serving our internal population, we could generate so much resource by freeing this plant and allowing the Rastafari community to thrive. And that's one of the things that the RMO, they've been on the press run, Muta Baruka, some of the other shows, RMO representatives, and that's part of the message that they've been sharing, is that empowering the Rastafari empowers Jamaica. Jamaica has a crime problem. If you empower the Rastafari to have their sacramental ecosystem, to benefit off of it, to build institutions out of it, it's going to provide an alternative to the crime. A strong Rastafari is in no way a threat to the Jamaican government. We are non-aligned. Regardless of the political party, we are about the progress of the people of Jamaica, and that is very important, that the government, so regardless of which party wins, Rastafari is there to assist the government. But you have to take the criminalization off of the people, because that's the only thing that brings Rastafari in conflict with law enforcement. We're not thief, we're not scam, we're not broke shop, we not kill people, we not do all of them things there. I'm not saying brethren with locks have not been caught doing them things there, but me talk about Rastafari and the real Rastafari. We not do them things there. So it's very important. And we're going to march, we're going to chant, we're going to do all kind of actions, workshops, education. It is very important, because people's lives are being impacted, and I can't say enough. We got to bring it forward. Our brethren Ras Negus impacted by this. I remember, I'm just going to play a little clip, so for ones who didn't see Ras Negus, you can see this man is a pillar in the Montego Bay community in the inner city, stopping a lot of the bloodshed and just bringing a level vibe. The Root House is a pillar in the Montego Bay Rastafari community, right in the heart of downtown Montego Bay. So, Ras Negus, let's hear what Ras Negus say.
Let's talk about the journey to creating Root House. What are they? Because the is a founder of, a foundation there in Montego Bay. Brethren have been gathering, you talk about football, different activities over the decades. What is the origin of Root House, and what was the journey from a young Rastafari brethren to creating Root House?
Say, as a Rastafari, as a youth, we kind of never see ourselves as a solo Rastafari. We always see ourselves as part of the whole Rastafari, the whole thing, you know? Yeah, so you find that chatting up as a youth, you know, we are chat Bobo Shanti, you know, we still chat our Naya being the same way. You know,
Okay.
we see the within our family and the love, we still see the segregation. So as a youth now, I say, you know, say, I really and truly would I want to be part of the solution, and what I could have really used now, something where I could have went forward with, where no one could say them is not, you know? And then I say, you know, say, we come from a community to, you know, where we have some youth around here. Some of the youth them where we used to be part of, name Wild Bunch, you know, see it? And Road Boy and Militant youth them same way, you know,
Yes.
see it? Yeah, so in a community like that now, we still a journey, and we are eyes of Rastafari, you know? We are say, you know, say, at the route we are go with, you know? And if we say route, no, Rasta can't say, him on a route, you know,
Yes.
see it?
Smart.
Because no matter where I'm there, near and far, international, skywide, you know, the Rastafari know say him a root. He might not root house, but him a root. So
Yes.
even I original days, we never say root house in the early stage, you know. We did say house of root. You
Also
know?
root.
That was
Yes.
the original name we did I use, because in them time they used to have like house of honor, you know, just as a far right, house of David, house of Dread, you know. So we just say house of root, them time there. You know, and further on down the line we start say root house, I want as a root house, and we just go with that same way. You know? Yeah, but it's original house of root, because we did not see every man as the root. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what is the mission of Root House? What was the vision?
Yeah. Alright. As some set of youth now, we did rise up in a Montego Bay as the youth them. The first Rastafari set of youth them where come together. And a man knows a whole heap of Rasta around the art street round there. So in a them time the man can know one thing, you know. We did have some next virgin rise up in a more be a same way. Like you, like Kanaka them, China eye them youth the name. I Ziniga, you know. Them youth there's some youth name Ground Lizard, where them call him Kunte Kente, you know. Some youth did rise up where I burn some serious fire on you. You know,
Okay.
so in a Montego Bay, you know, you did have a farmer community where whole heap of Rasta youth arise. So we, you know, did have that togetherness where we, you know, in our community now, we put on all that Rastafari togetherness, and the King Earth Strong are, you know, just hold some vibes and call once a chant, and we've been always doing them vibration there over the years, and we find say even at early time when we are raising, we used to have a lane, you know, in a Agate lane where a lane up the road there's a Agate lane, you know, and we see it up in the front Agate lane, and we used to burn out some big fire in the road, you know, because it's like other type of vibration that we are project and all that church in the lane, and you know, all has some reason more with the pastor in front of the youth them and them thing there. Because them time that we start learning the history and the prophecy, you know. So we
Yes.
start reading now and quote scripture with them, and we find some youth that are there and go and listen up and realize that, yo, you know what's the Rasta or talk the pastor, to the point of one at a time one of the pastor tell I say, you know what say I worship the Father in a spirit, and thing I may assure himself, you know what say anyone worship the Father in a spirit is an antichrist. And they must say no, you know, because I must say you have to worship God as a spirit, and I worship, and I tell them say who worship God as a spirit is an antichrist, you know. And I draw for a scripture in 1 John 4, where I tell them say, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit whether they have God. Many false prophets gone out in the earth. Hereby know the spirit of God. Any spirit that confess of Christ is come in flesh is of God. And any spirit confess of Christ come not in flesh is not of God, and that's the spirit of an antichrist. You see when I show the pastor that the pastor look at I and say, you see us, you study more than I know. You see them youth with long life and machete, you feel lead them, you know. You know what I mean? So it's like we project all these vibes in front of the youths them. So the man them would just the youth them just start ras up on the fine. So when we are reason and the youth them forward now, we are reason history and prophecy and we start right up in our lane and get one paint up. We have some youth named Morris and thing, plain clothes Rasta youth till finally them come across, you know, a Ras named Fire. You know, we chat from out of the Caribbean and coming at the lane same way. So we did just project some files and we are draw up in the lane and write up history and prophecy now. As we get the prophecy, then we start put them on, get man come write them on the thing them and thing and on the fence them and thing. So we start high school and green the space and the youth them come reason. I find so when the youth them come reason now, the youth them, even when them want to move, them now move. And I see that.
Nice.
You know, I asked to them now move so I can tell all the virgins say, yo, you know, so I see the virgin them want left with them now left, you know. No one leave. So we start every youth.
So when all of this is happening, you know, it's a culture explosion because, you know, from outside we hear some dangerous name come out of Montego Bay. We hear name like Stone Crusher, you know, lot of some power gang where come out of that. How were the bad man them treating the eye them, you know, because you're in the inner city where enough badness were they respecting the eye them, or how was that? You know, did they you know, how did that work?
Well, I have said the bad man them respect Rasta until now. You know, we never really see the Rasta man in a fire. The eye have to really mix up, you know, because the youth them know Rastafari. And you know, when we are this journey at the early stage, we hear say I live it to protect. And we always try to do that. You know, our ancient them used to tell us, Rasta youth, I live it to protect, you know. You know, see it. So we always know, say, yo, it's how you live, you know.
Hold on, then, Negos. Break that down because some of the listeners, this is global, you know, this is going to go out global. Break that down because that is such a crucial point. You said the liberty protect. Break that down, please.
Yeah, you find, so now, you living at the ghetto, you know, as a Rasta man. First you have to do. You see, we don't smoke cigarettes. We don't drink liquor. We don't mix up in our flesh eating. We don't move loose. You know? We don't little eat that thing with people. You know, we project a love and the most thing them can say, yo, the Ras is them serious. You know, and what we serious is we live it. You know? So I want to know, say he's a man where you find say in our ghetto, you know. You will tell all a man certain thing where for next man tell him he might have getting some serious problem. But true is a Rasta man and a man knows say he's a man stand for certain things. Him not react or him would react. With a man where him knows say don't stand for nothing.
Okay.
You know? Even in time of how him behave, him knows say yo the Rasta can all rat and him we all know say him take the Rasta rat. And if it's the next man a rat, maybe he wouldn't take it. You know,
yeah.
so
probably I'll kill him too. I'll kill him too.
Yeah, we live to see them respect there. And we as a youth, man, we show every little youth respect, you know. That's how we live as a Rasta man, you know, because, you know, you see one thing, you know, you see when we're ancient them, there's a lot of things where them can teach you, but you see we have a lot of things to teach the youths. You find, say, even a youth, that's something where I used to be. You know, see it? Yeah, and I used to be a youth. Anyone at the age of the youth them be, and I used to be that.
It's true.
You know, so you find say as a Rasta you overs them. And you know when a youth a change from him reach 16, 17, he might become a man. So him whole mentality is different. And if him come from the ghetto, there's not much goal for him. More than for know so you can protect yourself. You can defend yourself. Ghetto just generally build them where the Babylon design these things around ghetto. You know? Make sure say that is what you can do. You know? So I know say we know how you react when he reach a certain age. So we know how to deal with him. You know? So that is a part of our liberty where we use all the while, you know, is know how to deal with a one. You know, so no one now come and get upset with me, you know. Someone still have to do that. Because even Haile Selassie them go on them way they with. You know? Of course. So we know say, but most of all, we live to live. You know? live for, right? And we respect a little youth and a young youth, we give him respect, we don't violate him. We don't treat him no way, we not disregard. We are treat him like a man, because we know say a man is just a man.
Mighty. And I myself had a chance to move through the city with Ras Negus on my trip to Jamaica. I interviewed him again for I Never Knew TV in person. That those clips should start dropping shortly as well. So, you know what I mean? I've had a chance. I went to court with Ras Negus, sat right beside the brethren. The case was postponed that day, so we didn't get to hear what, and that was prior to even the conviction. So I've had the chance to really see how, you know, the brethren move through, the respect where him have in Montego Bay, and these are the type of people who are being criminalized and prosecuted for ganja. This is unacceptable. We have to do better. So as I say, protests have started. They have risen a sleeping giant. Rastafari has been very quiet. People have been commenting. But one of the things I want to emphasize in Jamaica, and one of the things I've constantly counseled, is that it can't just be all protest. It can't be just all march. It can't be just reaction. The economic agenda, which the RMO is working on, their business plan and proposal, the development plan, is very crucial, because a strong, spiritual and economically strong people, you know, rights are respected because they have the means to defend it, and people know, you know, it's called deterrence. You know, people don't mess with strong communities. They mess when they think they can divide and rule you. They think you're going to be disorganized. They think you're not going to come with a coherent argument. That's when they like to disrespect your rights. So I want to be very clear that the RMO is not just focusing on the reaction to the herb policy or the agitation of the government. No one is coming to save us, not even the government. We just want the government ease off. However, the real battlefield is going to be the economic battlefield. You saw Ras Jabali Siba here from House of Siba. We're going to be announcing shortly a monthly event that we will be doing at the House of Siba. More details will be here. So if you're not subscribed, again, subscribe to the platform, hit the notification bell so you know when we drop. We're dropping every Saturday. We're dropping Through the Strong. It's reggae month. You know, typically I would have been in Jamaica for Jamaica Music Conference. We're not there right now. We're building, taking some time to build forward. So we're going to have a lot of musical related content. We have a whole heap of content to drop before the end of the month. So stay tuned. A lot. I'm going to just seal it right there. But comment, you know, what do you feel about these protests in Jamaica? How do you feel that Rastafari is still being arrested, convicted, and sentenced in 2024 with all we know about cannabis, the endocannabinoid system, all of these great things? Globally, multi-billion-dollar, they're still persecuting I and I. How you feel about it? Drop a comment. We are coming forward again. If you're not part of the Patreon, join us in the Patreon, become part of the community. We have a lot to announce, a lot to bring forward, and we're going to continue to do that because Rastafari needs voices. We need a voice to tell our own narrative. Why? Because the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion's Voice.
Yeah. I and I shall lift up I and I eyes unto the hills from whence cometh I and I help. I and I help coming from the true living eyes, Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First, who created Zion and earth. He shall not suffer I and I foot to be moved. I hold, he that keepeth Ethiopia shall neither slumber nor sleep. Well, youths in the streets right now, riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. Bun bad police right now, riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. No justice, no peace right now, riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. The fire now cease right now, riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. The youths them rise against brutality, man a kill another man for your salary. Them train them at the shooting gallery, black and loot, you might lose all your family. Them defend white supremacy, so them see the African as them enemy. It's been like this for centuries, them sick mentally. That's why we have you out in the streets right now. Riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. Burn bad police right now. Riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. No justice, no peace right now. Riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. The fire nah cease right now. Riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. Them said them tired of the looting. I and I tired of them shooting. Ku Klux Klan they recruiting. Then them dress up in a blue suit and they're brutalizing our youths them. No court, they just execute them. Till the people start learn the truth and the black youth go strap on them Gideon boot and them out in the streets right now. Riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. Burn bad police right now. Riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. No justice, no peace right now. Riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. The fire nah cease right now. Riots in your town now, Babylon them burning down. The Most High denounce their philosophy. Talk to United Nations properly. He said we will fight if necessary and be confident in the victory. They try to erase our history. They wanted to change our destiny. Cause we are the children of the Almighty, destined to lead the whole world to harmony.